We are live now. Yay! On all ends. Hooray!
Whoa.
Yay,
Whoa.
we are back.
Whoa.
So what'd you guys think of the tape service that we did?
I thought that was fun.
Yeah. Now it took me about 8 hours to edit everything. So it took a lot of time to edit it, but it came out really nice, I thought. So if I need to do it again, we can have something that looks really good. So it's also kind of interesting here, hearing a little bit of thunder, rolling in the background, but hopefully hopefully everybody had, mild weather, so oh yeah, that's right. Why do I keep remembering April 20th as Earth Day and not the 22nd? I don't know, but
because 420 dominates all.
Yeah. Well,
you think your Earth Day would be a stoner day and a hippie day anyway.
I used to have a poster for the 20th anniversary of Earth Day. And so do the math on that. That was a long time ago, but yeah. So apparently today is Earth Day. Let's see. So there hasn't rained for a while. You must be out west. Yeah. So it says 420 is still celebrating some green thing of the earth. So yeah.
Dude.
Yeah. Well, I just thought it was so funny. You had to explain to somebody where you worked. The whole reason why there was an uptick of discharges was because of 420, and then explain what 420 was.
Right.
Yeah, that's funny. But no. Well, we had a good time at Passover. It was so funny. We get there, and the rabbi sees us, and she's like, "Oh, well, I gotta open the door for our pagan friends." So she had to mess with me from the start. So, but it was a lot of fun. And actually, next week we're going down to Houston and dragging Morgan with us. And he's been with us to a museum before, but never to an Egyptian exhibit. So in that respect, I guess we're.
Part of me wants to go grab Rabbi Jonah and be like, "Come on."
Well, but I don't know. Especially because it's Ramesses and the gold of the pharaohs.
Why not?
Well, there'd be lots of ample room for jokes on that, but
and we will all be humming the basic tune to "I Need a Jew," that Family Guy episode.
No, but no, we're gonna have an interesting time as it is. I plan on taping before and after reactions for that. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in the meantime, we'll pray for a good trip and lots of fun and good souvenirs. So, and this evening we are honoring Ra, and there was something that was done, burning sweet incense for Ra and his followers. And now I'm not entirely certain if the followers of Ra is something kind of like the followers of Horus, which would be just kind of a semi-mythological thing, or if that's like everybody, the
everybody, yeah.
So and get your sunny Earth Day vibes, and we'll burn sweet incense. So, and I just peek over at. Oh, and Sarana had. Oh wow! And my littlest one was just born on 420.
Congrats,
yeah.
Dude.
Well, they're gonna have an interesting.
They're gonna have an interesting life.
Oh.
Congratulations.
Yes. And now we just need a name. This one is so hard to name.
Doobie.
No. Boy or girl? Because I don't know. It just you started going dude, and I'm thinking like the characters from Scooby Doo for some reason, but that's like that would not be a good thing to start with. So let's not go there. Maybe some inspiration will come to us as we're doing things tonight. So
I don't know. I've always liked sharing.
Are you trying to butter me up?
Yep.
At least you're honest.
Probably using Land O'Lakes.
Well, our favorite part's coming in a minute. So, without further ado, okay. These cool waters are upon my hands, and they purify me. This technique purifies me. Hail unto you, unto you. We come unto you without falsehood and without evil. Purification upon our hands.
I'm
are
gonna make you
within
watch
our
it
hearts.
tonight.
We cast out all evil that pertains to us. We are pure, we are pure, we are pure, we are pure. Look on after a hot day out in the isn't that refreshing?
Refreshing as in it's made my heart, race, and I'm. No. If by refreshing you mean shocking, yes.
It's always just tap water.
It's fucking cold. That's a professional term, by the way.
Shock him with cold water, then put him to sleep with myrrh.
Yep, pretty much. Oh, here we are. So we welcome the Eye of Horus. Come in peace, bright Eye of Horus. Come in peace. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The Eye of Horus shines like Ra in the twin horizons, and evil hides in fear of it. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The Eye of Horus destroys the enemies of Ra and all of their abodes till none remain. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The Eye of Horus comes to the four corners of the world, to everyone who's tuning in now and in syndication. This Eye of Horus comes, and we are purified with it. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
And we'll light our candle for our mama segment. There we go. You arise in the Akatis Capri, O Ra, spreading your light upon the earth. You set in peace in the mountains of Manu as a tomb, bringing your light to Duat. Shine upon earth as you do in heaven and Duat. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who came from noon at the first time, for such is your uniqueness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Hu at your left side, for such are the words you commanded. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Sia at your right side, for such is your great wisdom. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, whose Hika goes before you, for such is your ability. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who rules with Ma'at upon your brow, for such is your righteousness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, and hail and praise unto you, O Unetridu, you lords of love and lords of life. Grant us life, well-being, and health. May our eyes perceive your goodness and our hearts receive your wisdom. May you shine upon us as you traverse the sky, that we may bring to you Ma'at and cast out Tisfet. May you guard us from the evil one through the dark hours of the night, your protection being before us and your strength being within us. You okay? Take these, your cool waters, which are the inundation, that they may cool your hearts. Oyanachuru, these cool waters are the eye of Horus, that your hearts may be refreshed. Here. Milk, milk, may you taste it in your shrines. May your hearts be refreshed with it. We bring you this milk from the great flood, Oyanachuru, that you may be purified with it. We give you incense. Give you incense great to purity. This incense is the eye of Horus, and its fragrance comes to you, cleanses you, it adorns you. It takes its place upon your hands. This incense is the eye of Horus, and its fragrance comes to you. Take this, your bread on which gods live. This bread is the eye of Horus, O Unetridu. Lift it to your faces and be at peace with it. The gardens prosper, and Hapi rejoices, overflowing with his meal. We fill the eye of Horus for you with wine, O Ra, O Unetridu. Drink and be pure. The doors of heaven and the doors of earth are open with libations for you within this house. May your faces be refreshed with your libations, your wine and your water. Sorry, I just had to stop and look and make sure you weren't like yawning already. Because I just felt for a second like you were. Pure. Pure is Ra Horaketi within his house. And also on the altar, pure, pure, are Set, Horu, and Jehuti within their house. Pure are the cause of all of these gods with this good myrrh that is given. Jehuti proclaims it. It is written in his house of sacred words. Hapi gives in abundance thousands of offerings, all things good and pure, for Ra, for Horus and Set, Jehuti, and all of his followers. In every place that there are mortal cause dwell. Come to your body, O Ra Horaketi. Come to your bodies, O Unetridu. Come to your invocation. Come unto us, your servants, who are mindful of your feasts and your offerings. Bring your power, your hika, your honor, and your ba to these your offerings, and partake of them. Come, O people, raise these offerings before the faces of these gods. Lift the offerings before Ra, before Horu, before Set, before Jesus.
Please stand by.
Hang on. Hey, JP, are you okay? You there? Is it? You okay?
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. And now I'm gonna have to I can't stay on long, but are you okay? Yeah, can you hear me? Are you there? Oh wait. Oh, shoot it into the. Oh well, you know what? It's... Hang on. Where's my?
YouTube's gonna flag this one.
Hang on. Hey John, are you okay? Are you there? Well, I'm kind of in the middle of my service, so I had a chat going on. Are you? Yeah. Well, are you okay? Okay, good, good. And are you feeling okay? Did you get? Mm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, yeah, I did. I figured that out. I'll clean it up and hang on to it. You know, like in our stuff. So you know. Yeah, well, actually, he's got spare keys, so or he's gonna get the spare keys from the house or something like that. Because I talked to him right. He called right after I dropped you off. Um, so it'll be okay. Can I let? He seems to be all right, but can I let you go? Okay, that's all right. I'll check on you later. Okay. All right. Okay. Talk to you later. Okay. Bye bye. All right. How do I let's see? There we go. Okay. Now, with that out of the way.
Hey everybody, you got a
Yeah.
bonus this week.
Yeah. Yeah. Hold on. Let me restart that. Okay. And okay.
In here, but the screen is black.
Okay. Yeah. 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 Okay. But we got you back. That was my younger brother. The reason why I answered is because we picked him up from the hospital this afternoon. So I was checking to make sure he was okay because they basically gave him some morphine and said we're not discharging you unless we lay eyes on somebody coming to pick you up, and that was me. So yeah, that was my afternoon.
Yeah, so his evening is going to be full of shaking off morphine, antibiotics, and other drugs.
Yeah.
Poor kid.
Yeah. So I said, well, you know what? But my prayers for tonight are to make sure that he's okay.
They just got answered.
Yeah. He's yeah.
He is
So there you go.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. And you got to hear his ringtone, which is from the Offsprings.
Like I said, fellas, YouTube may flag this one.
Oh gosh.
Because we're being used. That's okay because we like the abuse.
I swear, music copyrights are the bane of my existence. There's a video that I haven't been able to put on my sister channel yet because Bandai is real picky about their music, licenses, and so that's a whole other story. But
it's okay because we like the abuse.
Oh yeah. Anyway, yes, the ringtone. Yeah.
The ringtone.
The ringtone is No Self-Esteem by The Offspring. Yeah, that's one of my brothers. Yeah. So yeah, and the other one's ringtone is Shout by or kind of a remix of Shout by Tears for Fears because he complains all the time. So, yeah.
See, I want to record something for him, and it's like, ambulance. Somebody called the ambulance.
You know what? I would do that, except it would drive me crazy after a while. So I'm keeping it as it is. So,
that why you kept him around? Because he drives you crazy?
oh well, but I'm saying that ringtone that would drive me crazy.
That's for the other brother.
Yeah.
She's got two of them that are lovable, but they will drive you nuts.
Well, and that I swear there, if after service, look up the Rashomon effect, because that is my two brothers. You ask one of them about what's going on, and then you ask the other one about what's going on, and you'll get two different stories. And it's crazy. Yeah.
Even though they were there, but it's also an excellent example of what's called the phenomenological field.
Yeah. Okay, and we also got a prayer for half hour in advance. I have to work again soon. Been going through a rough breakup over the week. We were together for 6 years.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and a prayer request about the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp situation.
Yeah, you don't want Johnny Depp to lose a finger.
Huh?
Well, he almost lost a finger anyway.
Okay,
See, now they're trying to figure out who's been beating the crap out of who.
Well, they already found the crab.
Okay, that's a story I'm not familiar with, but
wrong topic for this video.
Yeah, well,
although we might make that bonus footage for something.
I know.
Stay tuned.
Well, I need to work on some exclusive content. So
yes,
yeah, but
we may talk about the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard situation.
Okay. I had to suffer through 2 more episodes of Moon Knight, and that was really awful.
Good news. You'll only have to suffer through like 2 or 3 more, and that's it. It is done. It is ceased to be.
Well,
disassociate yourself.
Yeah.
From the show.
Yeah.
Funny.
You know what I mean.
I caught it.
Yeah, I did after a second, but I was like, I'm trying to recenter here, because we're trying to offer to raise offerings to the gods, and like I said, one prayer got answered. I heard from my kid brother.
Yes, and I also think that they're having a great laugh right now for some reason.
Oh, it could be. Well, I think Ra has a bit of an ironic sense of humor.
You think?
So.
Maybe.
But, I've also been accused of the same thing, so I guess I come by it honestly. But all things being equal. Come, O people, and raise these offerings before the faces of these gods. Lift the offerings before Ra, before Horus and Set, before Juti. All life comes from them. All good health comes from them. All stability comes from them, and all good fortune comes from them, as it has since the first time. Okay.
And all the girlies say is pretty fly for a fly guy. I couldn't help it. Sorry.
I'm going to ring the sistrum now. And even my kid brother is smart enough to know you ring a sistrum to chase away negativity.
There ain't no negativity here.
Well, he did it when he saw my my artwork that I did, where I
that.
Yeah, where I spoofed the Empire Strikes Back poster.
Yeah,
that kind of creeped him out.
As it should.
Well, that's a long story, but anyway.
Yes, it is.
But he knew, you chase away. Yeah, this is the closest thing we have to brain bleach. It's ring system. Ora Horaketi, and your son, the Osir Nisu Nebkepura. Your foes retreat from you. Horus turns himself to his eye. Turn yourselves to these, your offerings, and receive them from our hands. And now, from the table of the gods, the table of our blessed dead, we light this candle, that it may be the eye of Horus for them, and light their way into Duat. And we pour these cool waters for them, from the table of Osiris, that their hearts may be refreshed. Horeke ta henket kakao abdu senachimra kutnibet nofret wabet honket nachirim and kawan aku punibu makarunibu kiranachra. A voice offering of bread and beer, 1,000 of beef and fowl, incense, oils, and all good and pure things on which a god lives. For the cause of all of these Ak, all true of voice before the great God. We come unto you, O Ra, as Jehuti comes, our hands joined under Ma'at. Ma'at has come to be with you in every place where you are. An offering of Ma'at is made unto you, that your heart may be pleased and your Ka shall live. Truly, your Aneed has Ma'at, for they know you live in her. The Aeneid says unto you, your word is law eternally. This fat is cast out by your word. Rejoicing is yours every day. Ma'at has taken her place in your shrine. And may we always act with gentility and compassion, for such is the first Ma'at. May we always offer charity and hospitality, for such is the second Ma'at. May we always respect consent and fidelity, for such is the third Ma'at. May we always avoid violence and promote wellness, for such is the fourth Ma'at. May we always speak words of truth, for such is the fifth Ma'at. May we always promote the public good, for such is the sixth Ma'at. May we always act humbly and with temperance, for such is the seventh Ma'at. May we always honor our gods and respect others, for such is the eighth Ma'at. May we uphold Ma'at like Jehuti, that we may witness Ra's perfection every day. And offering prayers of life, prosperity, and health for Sarana and her new little one. And some other prayers. I'll scroll back because I know you mentioned a few. And then, of course, whatever's going on with Johnny Depp and Amber
Heard. It's a divorce plus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I also
may cooler heads prevail.
Yes. And I also need to ask for prayers on behalf of my pal Modesto.
Oh, okay, because he has a young one on the way, but also
the young one
is here, yeah. But he also has relatives that are on their way out.
He has relatives that are very, very sick. He has a refrigerator and a car that went kaput in the same week.
Oh my, yes.
And he's just under a thunderous amount of stress.
Yeah, he needs some blessings. And also a couple of other things I wrote down from our Facebook group. There's another of our friends who's in the UK, Reese Redcap, and asked Set specifically, whatever harms or blocks them be removed, or may Reese at least gain discernment enough to be able to do it themselves if they're able to. And Dominic Marinkovic, who is in Eastern Europe, is making some really lovely clay statues. He posts pictures, the stuff that he works on, and they're very beautiful. But he keeps running into the problem of things blowing up in the kiln. And he has this wonderful statue of Aset, and he posted pictures of it, and it's drying. Now I got the sense. So if you tune in later, I think she was saying let it dry longer. That might be part of it. But either way, we want success for Dominic's statues because they're beautiful. So those were a couple of things. And given specifically what is ailing my younger brother, I figured I would ask Set because, you know, when he and Horace were fighting, yes, Horace lost an eye, but and had to get that back. But Horace lost another part of his anatomy, his testicles. And
Oh
so,
my.
yeah, so those had to be restored as well. So I was like, well, given what my brother went into the hospital for, could you, help him to heal from that?
Is it true that after they were restored, that's when he was given his human form because he could no longer fly?
Wait, what?
Because he was so heavy,
Oh,
they could no longer fly?
well, Set never had a form.
I
Like
mean,
that.
Horace.
Well, Horace he lost an eye, not his.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You made it sound like Horace lost.
No. Horace did not.
Okay.
No, that was Set. But
Man, when you siblings get rough, y'all get rough.
yeah, they do.
I mean, the hell with Monday Night Raw. I mean, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
Well, and that's why there's later in the year there's a day of fighting between Horace and Set, and then a couple of days later there's a day of peace between
I
them.
bet there's ice cream involved too.
Yeah.
Man.
As long as it's not ICs, right?
Hey, whatever it takes, man.
Well, that's a long story too.
Yes, it is.
Okay, I'm going to read a few prayers. Hymns, and then we will. I'll read some more prayer requests, and then we'll go to our fortunes because we have one basket full remaining of our fortune cookies. And I just happened to turn onto the right page. I think this is. I think that was his way of saying, okay, here's your cue. Now come to be the words of the Lord of all. I am a tomb when I was alone. I came into being in noon. I am Ra in his rising, in the beginning ruling that which he has made. I am the great God who came into being himself. The waters, noon, the father of the gods. What does it mean? It is Ra, who created the names of his limbs. They have come into being as the gods in Ra's suite. I am unopposed among the gods. I am yesterday, I know tomorrow. What does it mean? Yesterday is Osiris, tomorrow is Ra, on that day of destroying the wicked foes of the Lord of all, and crowning his son Horus. Hang on. I made the battleground of the gods as Osiris, Lord of the Western Desert, commanded. I know the great God who is in it. I am the great phoenix who is in Yunu. I am the overseer of that which exists. What does it mean? It is Osiris, otherwise said, that which exists is his body. Otherwise said, it is eternal renewal, Neh, and everlastingness, Jed. Eternal renewal is the day, everlastingness is the night. I am Min in his going forth. I have placed the dual plumes on my head. I am the great cat who split the Ished on its side in Yunu on that night of war, of warding off the rebels on that day which were destroyed the wicked foes of the Lord of all. What does it mean? That great cat who split the Ished on its side in Yunu is Ra himself, called Cat, when Sia said of him, how like him by what he has done, and his name became Miu, Cat. Wrongdoing is overthrown and evil is destroyed. I have seen Ra born of the hindquarters of the great flood. If he is well, then I am well, and vice versa. Hail, O Sutek, son of Nut, great of strength in the bark of millions, chosen one of Ra Horaketi, bull who dwells in the northern sky, fearsome one at whom all lands tremble. Great is your war cry, great is your might. Your was scepter stretches over the sky. You stand at the zenith of the stars. Lord of storms, Lord of dread, Your voice is thunder in the heavens. You slay the fiend from the prow of Ra's bark. Protect us from evil and grant us long life. And to Jehuti, and Dominic asked for a prayer to Jehuti, and we'll apply this for anyone who's in school right now, because he's about to graduate college, and could use some blessings. And for all of our students, hail and praise unto you, O Jehuti, thrice great God, the son of Ra, Lord of Kemnu, wise one in Unu. You report to Ra every morning. Messenger of humankind, you know people by their speech and judge them by their deeds. Those true of voice before Osiris, their names are in your list. The Aeneid gives you praise as you guide the bark of millions, as you cast out the evil one, as you change strife into peace. You know all secrets, all books, all deeds, the fleeting moment, the hour of night. No report to Ra is forgotten. Your words endure for eternity. Friend of the people, wise and impartial, great one, Lord of Ma'at. And I'm trying to work on something original for Horus, but that's something I'm going to have to keep working on, but the little bit that I have so far. Hail unto you, O Horus, the defender of your father Osiris, support of your mother Isis. You are the champion of Ra who destroys his wicked foes. Lofty one, falcon of the horizon, shining like gold in the dawn, you establish Ma'at in her place. You rule the living on earth as your father rules those in Duat. And we had some requests. Let's see. Oh, okay. Sarah Austin, a prayer for getting an apartment. I submitted all my paperwork today. Took a look at the potential space. Really want that apartment. It's absolutely perfect for me. So I'm relaying that, definitely. Married Ra has a jewelry business. Oh, is it somewhere online where we can support it and link hither and yon? Okay, and Melos has a prayer for Hathor in advance. Yeah, because I have we're again soon. Yeah, going through a rough breakup. Yeah. Over the week. Goodness. Let's see. Yeah, sarcastic say, right, just like me. Bread, phone rings. Oh, and a show.
Yeah.
And dinner and a movie.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And now I don't know if someone else says something about it. One brother only tells the truth and the other one only tells lies. No, in this case, with them, it's if you average them out somewhere, when you split the difference is kind of close to what the truth is. But both of them have fairly predictable spins on what it's going to be.
Yeah.
So they're funny like that.
They don't lie, but in each one of them's respective vision, they're always correct.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Prayer for mental and physical health to stabilize from C. Faraday. Yeah. Let's see. And Daniel has, I need prayers for next week. I have appointments Tuesday through Friday. Physical therapy and the pain clinic. Well, Miss Sekhmet.
Roger that.
Help you with that. Yeah.
Been there, done that, bought the t-shirt.
Yeah. And a few more days of sun so we can finish restoring a 250-plus-year-old house.
Indeed. Nice. Yay.
Yeah. Prayers of thanks for the healthy baby and safe delivery.
Yay.
Didn't have any tears or problems. Awesome. Yes, and it was definitely Seth who lost the testicles. And ice cream is better than salad dressing. Yeah. Mario has some. I have protection for my friend John. He's a journeyman, and I won't be seeing him for a while. He's essentially my brother, and I wish him the best. Absolutely. Okay, and the link will be on the Discord. Nice, yeah. And a prayer of thanks that I have so many friends from Don Peligro.
Yes.
Awesome, we love you.
We love you too.
Yeah. And okay, and it's on Etsy. Okay, cool. Well, yeah, and I'll look for the link and I'll favorite it up. So, yeah, because I'm kind of, I have like a little bit of inventory left to, or like supplies to make some things, but I'm once I'm done with that, I'm taking a break from Etsy. So, I'll point business your way. Yeah, but okay, and Sarcastic says prayers for my mom for legal issues.
You got it. No
Yeah.
sarcasm.
Right. Well, for legal issues, may Geb and Osiris see to it that her issues are taken care of. And hang on. Let's see. I'll read one more prayer here. So I've got it in here. There we go. Hear us, O Ra, great Lord of Yunu, and place your arms of blessing around all those who are tuning in and their loved ones. Let them rejoice in your bounty, and their hearts take joy in your kindness. Tell Neat and Upwot to open their ways for them, and may you protect them with your strong arm of compassion. For you are the All-Lord, the Lord of Ma'at. Holy and splendid is your name. Kepri at dawn, Atum at dusk, Ra Horaketi as you rule the nine. Yeah, it's funny. Something just kind of occurred to me with Moon Knight, because the thing that I didn't get is why they have to make an Egyptian deity look like this spectral skeletal thing, and he has this long head that is like obviously a bird skull, but I'm like, why is he so beaky? Because Khonsu, when he takes on a bird form, he's a falcon, not a thing. But you know what? It occurred to me they might be kind of confusing that with Jehuti, because he has the long beak of an ibis. Right. So they might confuse that and just slam them together.
What they don't know is they come from different worlds.
Oh, you're thinking Jehuti and the Blowfish?
Yes. At the Raven Skull.
Yeah.
Shannon thinks it's a raven skull.
Moon Knight is so bad, it's so bad.
Yeah. Well, put it to you this way. I think I said this to you. This is so bad. I need to go to a museum just to cleanse my brain.
Right. And I want to say this. It's bad in spite of the marvelous actors that work on it. There's some bang up performances. It's just crap.
Yeah, Oscar Isaac is a good actor. It's just,
And so is Ethan Hawke, and so is everybody else, but it's just bad.
Yeah. So you're still better off just like, going and getting, the HD, restoration of the Ten Commandments and just getting a Yul Brynner fix. Yes.
Oh, you're way better off than that.
Yeah. etc. And I didn't bring my black bowl in here. Well, you know what? I will do this.
Oh, well, fortunes are canceled.
Oh, no, I'll do better. I will do one better. I will use this. So we'll have more room. I'll just have to.
You want to do a communion one first?
Sure, I can do that. Tell you what, let me put that over here.
Communal.
I was going to say, are you actually suggesting a joint faith ceremony?
I'm just going to say this. I actually got a little bit of inspiration, believe it or not, from the Passover Seder. And let me explain. Because this was the first one they'd had since COVID started. And she had pointed out, apparently they were online too, but talking about how they had to kind of reinvent themselves during the pandemic and everything, she posed the question to everyone, well, if you had to reinvent Judaism, what would you want to do differently? To kind of get people thinking. And I said, well, it's funny. That's kind of what we do as pagan reconstructionists.
Yeah.
We're reinventing something.
Right.
No matter how strict of a reconstructionist you want to be, there's still some things we have to, have to wing it on.
That's right.
And the other thought is, see, Judaism the way it is now. So the Second Temple is destroyed. It has been since AD 70.
Right.
Or CE. And so they don't look to, a home temple anymore. That's why it's, centered the way it is. That's kind of how a lot of pagan reconstruction faiths are. It's not like the temples, down in Luxor, and Edfu and wherever else. They're not operating as temples anymore. They're tourist attractions. So, we have to kind of think in the same line. So you want to talk about a parallel, or cross faith, food for thought.
Yeah.
That's mine. So.
On top of all that, people like us who would go into these places with a spiritual aspect, they say, well, okay, and if you have a little bit of money, but something that equates to about $50, you can bribe them to leave you alone in a space for a time.
That's what I've heard, but I don't know. That's not a theory I want to test.
I know where I'm not going.
Yeah, but that's just my thought on that. Is this we are sort of a faith in diaspora in its own way.
Right.
Yeah, but you had asked for a cookie for just everyone, the community at large. What do we need for the week ahead? So. And it says, now is a good time to finish up old tasks.
Huh.
Roger that. Yes, and Shannon is working on it right now. Okay. Well. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, and so I see Sarah Austin. And asking, is it offensively bad? I guess if we're talking about Moon Knight, kind of, I know it's.
If you're so inclined to be offended, you're going to be offended. If you look at it as the steaming pile of comedic garbage that it is, then you won't be offended.
There's a way to enjoy it, though.
Oh, I mean, I can enjoy it. It's very tongue-in-cheek. I just haven't figured out which cheek.
Well, you just have to stop thinking of it as your interpretation and remember he is mentally insane. So whatever the bird looks like, it's all in his head.
Okay, well, all right, yeah.
Well, he doesn't know that much.
Yeah. On a scale of 1 to Gods of Egypt, I like that. 1 to Gods of Egypt, because Gods of Egypt was pretty bad.
It's all in his head.
Gods of Egypt plus.
Yeah, but put it up there with Gods of Egypt. Well, I mean, I get what you're saying about the character has issues. It's just well, like I said, I talked about it a little bit in the review that I did, and we're gonna wait and maybe do something else for when like the entire series is out. But in the meantime,
can I give you a sidebar?
Yeah.
If you haven't already, look up the series Legion. It's another Marvel series, and it's done by the same production crew. And it's about a guy who's got superpowers and multiple personalities.
Yeah, I've seen 1 or 2 bits of that. That's
okay. So
it's really good. Anyway, sorry.
Sarcastic.
Love you guys.
Okay. All right, so Sarah Austin, then Daniel Riffle, and then Sarcastic. And incidentally, okay, and Mary Gross says, I hope we don't get the Kemetic version of the Loki stan girls that tried to become heathen to worship Marvel Loki. You know what? That might explain something. Because I pointed out, I was trying to explain to Morgan, because you got to understand, Morgan is what makes him so great and so useful to have in our videos is he's kind of like our straight man. He's not pagan. So he doesn't know anything pretty much except what we tell him.
He's not religious either.
Right. He's kind of a agnostic sort of guy, I think. It would probably be a fair way to put it. And,
he was the one that put his hand on the altar, right? And didn't even realize.
Well, see, the thing is, before I had this nice setup, I had a lower table, and he was standing there leaning his hand against this part of the windowsill, not really thinking about it. And I said, that's an altar. He straightens up, oh God. And we're like,
Exactly.
Yeah. So, yeah, he didn't know. That's the kind of, well,
Sorry.
He's blonde. You gotta give him it. But anyway.
Hey, I resemble that.
Yeah, I know.
I think it's sweet.
But anyway, no, but see, the things he was explaining that he heard there were heathens, because I said, you mentioned the Thor movies to a Germanic pagan, to a heathen, and they will roll their eyes at you. And he said, well, I heard there were some that really liked it. Now, it may be that those are the people that kind of got into it because of the Marvel movies, and they like that version of Loki, and they're envisioning Loki as whatever the actor's name is, and thinking he's like really hot, and so they're thinking of that and not the rest of it. So yeah, I guess that's what you're talking about. And I don't know, there was an uptick of interest in Kemeticism after Stargate, apparently in the 90s. So
Well then, let's say a little prayer that just the fact that they have a Marvel series based on Egyptian mythology, be it as Lou says it is, might draw people into actual Kemetic Egyptian practices.
Yeah, let them find something that kind of serves better. So okay,
Right.
but Sarah.
If
Sarah
it's not
asked,
pulling, I hope it keeps pulling.
Okay. Oh, if it's an empty bag, we don't need that one. So, Sarah Austin and Esper Cookie Tray. And then you get that apartment that you're going for.
Ground floor and handicap accessible.
Yeah.
We're coming for dinner.
Okay. Okay, this one, it says, the calling that has sounded will not be the lasting call. Okay, what? Because I'm sitting here trying to parse the English, going, and do I need to amend for a?
No, the calling that is sounded will not be the lasting call. Not every call to arms, call to action, call to inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
Not every call to station is permanent. Remember, life is a comma, not a period.
Now, does that mean maybe she needs to keep shopping for an apartment?
It means if you don't get this one, there's another.
Okay.
And another, and another, and another. And you know what? You also may have a series of options put ahead of you, not just the apartment. You may get a series of options for jobs, people, and everything else. Turn most of them down.
Well, don't go for one unless it fits. So.
Yes.
Yeah.
You don't have to settle for anything.
Okay. Sarcastic.
Nowhere.
Okay. Right. Well, I'm just making sure that I keep that going. But yeah. This is the calling that is sounded will not be the lasting call. So. Okay, and Daniel is next. Okay. Daniel, be the labor great or small, do it well or not at all. So when it comes to restoring that house, don't take any shortcuts. Even though it's been a lot of work, don't give in to the temptation to.
Thou shalt not be half-ass.
Yes, be the labor great or small, do it well or not at all. Especially with houses that are that old, I tell you what, the way that they make those, that's going to be a pretty solid little house.
Right. I'm gonna be surprised if there's a nail in it. I mean, my grandfather on my mom's side.
Built their house with. It was all like joinery and not, nails.
There was not a grandfather on my mom's side.
Built their house with. It was all like joinery and not, nails.
There was not a nail in it. Nowhere. Not the frame, not the floors, nothing. And that thing withstood hurricanes.
Yeah. Okay, and now for sarcastic. Yes way. There we go. Okay. Sarcastic. Sometimes advice is what we ask for when we already know the answer.
Oh, shit.
Wow, you got.
There's no sarcasm in that. Stop bullshitting yourself. Stop putting it on other people. Boy, you know what you're doing. Get on it.
Or pronoun of your choice, but
whatever. But you.
Well, I think. Wow,
That's not a gender-based tell. That's telling you know what you need to be doing. Do it. Stop asking other people. Do it.
Okay, yeah, and somebody asked about, as I heard the Fellowship of Isis does something, I feel like, you know what, I think people have done things in the past, but that's not something I know a whole lot about. But either way, let's see, Blue Conlon, oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Ha ha ha! Sarcastic put in all caps. If I had $1 for every time the gods called me out with a freaking cookie.
Maybe you'll start earning the dollars when they don't.
Oh goodness. All right, Blue Conlon and then Serrana. So
maybe he should give up desserts.
All right, Blue Conlon. Blue Conlon, peace comes from within. Seek it from yourself. Peace comes from within. Seek it from yourself.
Hey, Blue Conlon, I want you to think about something. A war never starts with one, but peace always does.
Well, and if you're looking for like also peace, inner peace, other people may be behind some of the things that trouble us, but we can't control them. What we can do is control how we deal with it. And so the peace comes from within in that way.
Right. You are responsible for your reactions.
Okay. Okay, and now Serrana. Serrana, to be sure of hitting the target, shoot first and call whatever you hit the target.
Is the feeling any greater than that? Shoot
First and ask questions later. Well,
trigger happy, trigger happy.
well, let me read that again. Just to be sure of hitting the target, shoot first and call whatever you hit the target.
In other words, do something.
Well, just you're going to have to just make it work, and especially considering you got a brand new little one.
Yeah.
And just whatever's, just roll with it.
Right.
Shoot first.
Kind of like the equivalent of you slipped and then you still went forward. So he said, "Oh, I meant to do that."
Yeah.
Well,
yes, I meant to do that.
I'll never forget something Gene Simmons said.
Huh.
Because his son also has a band, but he told his son once, he said, "Listen, if you're ever playing in front of a crowd and one of you just screws up and hits a bad note, all of you look at your bandmate like that was the coolest fucking thing ever."
Yeah, and that's the way to cover.
Yeah, the crowd may think so too.
Yeah, yeah. So,
the crowd takes their cues and energies from you.
Yeah. So just wing it this week.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Alejandro.
Don't call his name.
Oh, hush. That's funny. The portrait for the baby last week was about smiling. My one daughter keeps asking when she's going to smile. That's cute.
Tell your daughter to go talk to the new one. The little one will smile.
Oh, you know what? And the soundtrack for Gods of Egypt. Yeah, there is some stuff that they played in Moon Knight that was like actual, Arabic language pop music. I'd kind of like to get a hold of that. But that's the only thing that I was like, oh, hey, that's kind of cool. Yeah, but let's see.
I think if I was going to describe most Egyptian-style movies that come out lately, I would say missed opportunity.
Yeah. Does anyone have any hymns they want me to sing and upload to YouTube? Y'all, if y'all have some requests for Mary Grog, go ahead and put those up there. The sarcastic call out fund. Put $1 in the jar every time the nurturer call me out. I'll pay tuition paid for in no time.
I suggest you get a jar.
That's sure big shit. Cookie Nancy. Okay, so all right, so we got one request for Alejandro. If anybody's got any more, then definitely let me know. And I think part of the reason why I'm going to be more of a stringent judge, I guess, on things like that, because I also write, and so I'm a little harder on them because I'm like, well, I could have done da. So I'm thinking, I guess I've already imagined 2 or 3 different things. Wouldn't it be kind of cool if we did da? And they kind of, they don't hit either of those bars. And so that's why I'm, I tend to grade harder on things because said when you write stuff, you're just like that. So, but Alejandro, thanks for a cookie. So continue our cookie mancy, and you got 2 today. So. They're not for Fernando or Roberto. They are for Alejandro.
Don't call
right. Well, since we're... And I guess I'm to blame for all the jokes that Darren makes about that, because when that song came out, I went and I got the disc and probably tortured him with it a few times. So
I don't dislike Gaga.
Okay. But, all right, your first one. You cannot become rich except by enriching others.
Ooh, it ain't about the money. It's about the quality of life.
Now, there's a second one here. So I think a lot of times you put them together, and that kind of has a broader theme. So, determination will get you through this.
Wow.
Okay, so Alejandro, you cannot become rich except by enriching others. And remember, determination will get you through this.
Oh, there's another message here.
Hmm.
There's 3, not just that.
Okay.
Here's the thing. You cannot become rich except by enriching others.
Mm-hmm.
And determination will get you through this. What's going to get you through this is the people you meet, and the good deeds you do for them will result in people that give good back to you. The friendships you build and the people you meet get you through all the rough spots in life. I'm telling you that because I know that for a fact.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I think something's not going to happen for me, the people I expect to least show up and do it, and it may be the responsibility, quote unquote, of others in my life to do it, but my loved ones and friends that are not my blood that became my family do it anyway. So sow good seeds, man. Flowers are beautiful, and they show up when you need them.
So there you go. Cool. Okay. Alrighty. Well, I'm going to do a last call for cookies. Let me know if you have any more. But those are beautiful, and she says those are beautiful words. Thank you a lot.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and you know, and one more thought about movies. The part of the difficulty is right now, all the big producers and you have to understand, like everything that's coming out from Hollywood is controlled by a very limited number of people, and right now, all the stuff they're doing is or trying to do is what they figure is going to be a sure bet, you know, or you know things again that they can, you know, like okay, not Gods of Moon Knight may not be doing real well, but it's on streaming, and so they can kind of absorb it, with that, and especially those of us that grew up in the '80s, a lot of the movies that came out, like Darren likes to watch the movies that made us, and what I noticed was a recurring theme about every one of those movies that we saw an episode of was it was a risk. Somebody took a risk on something and it turned out to be great. Of course, there were also plenty of things that they risked in the '80s and they kind of flopped, but and nobody remembers them. But nobody's willing to take those risks, at least not the big guys. So look for the little things, stuff like what Amazon or Netflix or those folks are more likely to have the cool stuff. And with a little energon and a lot of luck, I guess I'm hoping that we can get some things produced.
I would love that.
Yeah, like finish that animation project that I started several years ago.
Yeah.
And if that gets some attention, then
one
we
of
get
the
somewhere.
things that I would deeply enjoy in this world, other than to be actually paid for the work I do for you.
Huh? Oh yeah.
One of the sincere hopes I have in this world is that I get to audition and get Yoda one day.
Oh wow! For some animation somewhere,
Or if heaven forbid I have to take over for Frank Oz, whom I adore to the tens. Because not only is he a marvelous puppeteer and actor, he's a brilliant director as well. And I've never seen anything he did that sucked.
Huh. Well, that would be cool too. Oh goodness, there's something that was on the tip of my tongue, and I'm trying to remember what that was, but that's so if it's for us, that'll be for later.
Right.
Yeah. So. Okay, thanks to Isis for granting me a grade saving opportunity.
Woohoo!
Hail, Isis, grade of magic whose tongue fails not. Thank you for helping out our friend. Okay, and see, Faraday would appreciate a cookie. Okay.
Oh, and by the way,
Yeah.
let this be further proof that as long as there are tests, there will be prayer in school.
Okay. All right. Well, for our friend, C. Faraday. Fortune.
See cookie.
Well, C is an initial C.
I know.
So.
See, there it is.
And the puns continue. Okay. You are of double character, an active socialite and a serious thinker.
Hmm.
And those could be to your advantage.
Most of the time, I think they would be.
Yeah. And those might be things that you know skills you have that you might need to call upon.
Or develop.
Yeah. So you are a double character, an active socialite and a serious thinker. So. Okay. Well. And the comments were saying, "Do I, Mama Osset?" So, alrighty. Well, without further ado, unless I missed anyone, let me know. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up for this evening.
So we could say adieu.
Haha. Got cookie crumbs on my service cookie. But wish us safe travels down to Houston and an opportunity to tape a few fun things to share later.
And
that we get to.
I wish for this woman something splendid in the gift shop.
Thanks. Yeah, there's one piece that I noticed was on their website. I hope they still have it in stock. But hope there'll be some other fun things that weren't listed on the website.
And incidentally, if any of you folks would care to contribute a little bit to our Patreon page, it would help us have a really good time. And believe me, this altar will probably benefit.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? And that's one other thing. I'm going to ask for prayers, especially speaking of Mama Osset. Morgan's having kind of a tough time right now because his grandmother is sick. And she's 90, what?
4?
Yeah.
Either 94 or 96. But
I think I'm like 94, but still, she's up there.
In the mids, yeah.
And his mom is thinking that when one of his grandparents goes, they're going to take the other one and move up to Oregon. And I'm like, well, if they move up to Oregon, then we won't have our henchmen.
We lose.
So
we lose our production assistant. Granted, we gain $100 a month in food, but
no, probably not that much. But
I mean,
but yeah, so
he's somewhere between my best pal and a stepson.
Well, he's certainly our Padawan, so we don't want to see him move too soon. So I'm going to have to rely on the God's wisdom to for the best alternative or for the best solution to that concern. And may that work out for the best. So hail unto you, Atum. Hail unto you, Kepri. You come into being upon the primeval hill. You shine forth upon the shrine of the phoenix in Yunu. You breathe out Shu and Tefnut. May the giving of these offerings endure, as the name of Atum, foremost of the great in need, endures. May they endure as the name of Shu, Lord of Upper Menset in Yunu, endures. As the name of Tefnut, mistress of Lower Menset, in Yunu, endures. As the name of Geb at the Earth's Ba endures. As the name of Newt in the Shrine of Shanit in Yunu endures. As the name of Osir, Kentiamentiu endures. As the name of Asat in Icheru endures. As the name of Sutek in Nubet endures. As the name of Horus in Pei endures. As the name of Wajit in Dep endures. As the name of Jehuti in Kamenu endures. As the name of Ra endures in the Aket, likewise, for eternity. You have come in peace, O Ra. You have come in peace, O Necheru. May you go forth in peace, O Ra. May you go forth in peace, O Horus, O Set, O Jehuti, O Necheru, to every place your immortal cause wish to be. May you sail in joy in the Menjet bark, and rest content in the Sektet bark. And may you smile upon us, your humble servants. Well, thank you, everybody. Let's see. Yeah, I've seen a little bit of that. Some of the Afrocentric stuff that's like for kids. Yeah, that. I may need to do some reviews on some of that, because some of the things that they have, they're interesting, and it would be worth looking at it, just for what it is. But yeah, that's something else to look at for another time. But in the meantime, thank you guys. And I hope you guys again enjoyed the service that we taped for you last week, and we're glad to have you this week. Wish us a fun time at the exhibit, and we'll see you again next Friday and tell you how it went. So, in the meantime, y'all have a good week and lots of love.
Love you guys. Bye-bye.
I'll type out a little something here.
So the camera on my phone apparently is not working right anymore now, which my phone has been slowly dying.
Oh, so hang on. Let me go ahead and sign out here, and next week we will do we'll honor Hathor and the beautiful Feast of the Valley. So that'll be what we do next week. So see you then.